Well, yesterday was a complete disaster. I started to head off down the road on the Panther, and before I got very far, the clutch cable broke. In fact, I didn't even get 3 miles down the road. So that sort of took the wind out of my sails, so I came home. I didn't bother to fix the clutch cable, and I abandoned my thoughts of an overnight trip. So today, instead, I'm gonna go for a little spin on the convert. Here's the mighty convert, all ready to go. I hope. It's got new tires, it's got a new front brake rotor, caliper rather. Assuming it starts, which is always a bit iffy. The starter motor isn't exactly reliable. So who knows, I may get stuck at the road because you can't bump start an automatic bike. But, well, that's all part of the adventure. Today I'm heading for the California Road, a single-track gravel and rock thread through the Lanark Forest, popular with off-road riders and ADV types. It's only about 20 kilometers long, but it's one of my favorites. But first, I have to get there. This is one of the places I often stop when I'm on this road. It's just a nice little overlook over this lake. A little further on, I cross at the narrows between Upper and Big Rideau Lakes on the Rideau Canal system. At the lock station, there's a defensible lockmaster's house here that you may have seen on some of my other videos. Many of my videos focus on the rocks, trees and lakes terrain that's so much a part of the Ontario I love. But there's a surprising amount of fine farmland as I worked my way north along minor roads. The trees are only just starting to turn colour. Eventually I reached the California Road. It's also called the Darling Road as it's in Darling Township. And the first part is just a narrow, reasonably well-maintained lane with a few small dwellings scattered in the woods. After a while you pass the township sign indicating they don't maintain the road, and you're on your own. That proved quite true. I didn't see another soul until I hit the paved road far ahead. It's interesting how the camera always flattens out the road surface and disguises the rocks, minor washout channels and greasy spots. While not really very challenging, I still had to be careful where I placed the front wheel, especially since the convert's sump dangles fairly close to the road. Despite its obvious limitations as an ADV bike, the Convert does remarkably well on forest roads like this. Never having to fish for a gear means the power is always available when you need it. The sturdy frame and wide handlebars mean that manipulating around obstacles at low speed is effortless, and the soft suspension absorbs most of the jolts and irregularities very well. I found no need to stand up at any point on this road. Of course, there was no one to show off to, so why bother? All good things come to an end eventually. I rejoined paved roads and, since it was time for a break, headed for a rest at Pakenham. A few minutes sitting beside the river was relaxing, and soon I was heading across to Calabogie for some lunch. So it's time for a wholesome lunch at Calabogie. Well, today's been a great ride so far. The bikes, apart from the starting issues, bikes performing beautifully. It just rolls along in the most charming manner. Good raisin bread. Looks kind of horrible, but it's actually really good. Every YouTube video has to end with a grovelling plea, so here's mine. Please subscribe, like or comment, and check out my print, digital and audio books available through Amazon. Search for Nick Adams Motorcycle. Thanks for watching.